On Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals are set to take on the Washington Commanders in a matchup I think is going to be highly anticipated for both sides. Not only is this Kliff Kingsbury's return to Arizona, the former head coach of the Arizona Cardinals is back. I also love this picture. Like, why does Kliff look like this? And why is Kyler Murray biting his lip? Just a crazy picture. But he's returning with Jayden Daniels under his belt. He is looking for a vengeance just like we are. And Kyler Murray in this Arizona Cardinals team, who there's not a lot of players from the regime of Kliff. You got Buddha, you got James Conner, you got Kyler Murray. There's probably a few others that I'm missing, but there's not many. Like, this roster has been gutted. That is a very interesting storyline to keep track of. The Arizona Cardinals obviously want to win. I know Kliff is dying to win. Like, the Commanders are gonna want to win for him. He got fired here, and it's justifiably so, but like, you still have that fire in your gut. As a man, you are fighting for pride. Kliff is gonna try his hardest to win this game, and you know he wants to. Probably got the little secrets on Kyler. Kyler wants to make a statement right here. Things didn't end on fantastic terms. I don't think they're on like completely terrible terms, but you know what I mean? Like, he's a coach that got fired, and Kyler and Kliff got into it a couple times. Like, I mean, it happens within the game, but bad blood is probably going to be pretty tense in this one, and I can't wait for it personally. I think this is going to be a masterclass performance by Kyler, but the reason I think this game is so interesting is because both of these teams are so similar. Both defenses suck. I think we as Cardinals and Commanders fans can agree that both of these defenses are terrible. The Commanders gave up big days to Mike Evans. Then they had Malik Neighbors, who is also a rookie in Marvin Harrison's draft class. We'll talk about that boy in just a second. He dogged them. And the Cincinnati Bengals, who they played last night. I'm recording this on Tuesday night. So a day after that Jamar Chase just had his way with him, Joe Burrow put up 3 touchdowns and 300 plus yards. The Commanders cannot defend the pass. They can't defend the run either. The Cardinals offense is explosive. I'm expecting a big day there, but the Commanders just put a 38 bomb on the Bengals. Jayden Daniels has looked elite. That boy is a freaking problem. 2 incompletions, 93 QBR, 91.3 completion percent. Ridiculous. 254 yards and 2 touchdowns against Cincy. He also had the one where he took the shot at the ribs where Zach Ertz and Luke McCaffrey they didn't know what the play was. He ended up taking a direct shot. I believe they had 10 people on the field, and Terry McLaurin hauled in a touchdown. Like, this boy has a dog in him. I'm thinking both of these offenses kind of shred the other's defense, and I think this game comes down to who's going to turn the ball over first, but we'll talk about that later. And we're also going to talk about something else that I think is a massive factor, is that the Cardinals allowed David Montgomery to have their way. They allowed Jahmyr Gibbs to have their way. So something that we can't let the Commanders do is have Brian Robinson have his way with us, because if that's the case, I think time of possession is going to be so crucial in this one. Brian Robinson's coming off a very interesting 2 weeks, because last night against the Bengals, he had 33 rushing yards on 16 attempts and a touchdown. 2.1 a carry is not good. But if we take a look at what he did the week prior, very similar carries, 1 more, but 100 more yards. You don't know what you're going to get, and if the Commanders have a dominant run game, because they do have Jayden Daniels who can run the ball as well, we might be in trouble, because like I said, it comes down to time of possession in the NFL. I think the Cardinals are going to have to keep the ball away from the Commanders. Do not even let their offense have their way with us. Defense has to get some crucial stops early on, and if we can do that like we could not against Detroit, then we're going to be in a great spot, because I think our offense is going to pick them apart. I think Kyler's going to bounce back. And speaking of bounce backs, we need James Conner, who also had a very bad week, to bounce back too. 1.9 yards a carry on 9 attempts and 17 yards total. James, this cannot happen. You know that. The blocks weren't fantastic. He was getting shut in the backfield. Like, there's not much James Conner could have really done, but you can't have your run game get shut down, because you'll be one-dimensional. The Commanders got away with it last night, but you're not going to win a lot of games playing just passing, taking shots down the field. Like, it'll win you some games here and there. It's not going to win you every game. Jayden Daniels in that offense had a shootout against Cincinnati. They came out on top. Heck of a performance. I will give him credit. He looks crazy. And going to our QB1, our leader of this offense is Kyler Murray. You see the stats. They don't look insane. 207 passing yards, a touchdown. He also had an interception as well, where he threw into double coverage. I don't know what he was thinking. That was one of his only bad reads of the game. It was a terrible one. I will admit that. You don't want to take shots continuously down the field and make that your only game plan. If you throw shots down the field like that, one-on-one jump balls, you're basically playing Madden. Kyler didn't play a terrible game. Still 62% completion percent, which you will take from your quarterback. They were clearly trying to pick on Detroit's corners. It wasn't working out. And Kyler Murray threw a couple balls that should have been caught. His stats don't look great. His play wasn't fantastic in that second half. The second half was pretty abysmal, but people are giving Kyler a lot of crap, which I don't think is deserved, because Kyler Murray played a pretty solid game. He's played a fantastic season so far. He's playing within the system, within the structure, and that's something you haven't seen very much. And you obviously have those broken plays that make him an elite quarterback. So I think he is going to bounce back and kill the Commanders defense. This is a game I think he's going to have fun, and this Cardinals offense is going to explode, kind of like they did against the Rams, where they won 41-10. I think we're going to see that. I think something worth noting is that Terry McLaurin just had a 100-yard game for the first time this season, even got in the end zone, basically the game-winning score. But the Cardinals DBs have been strapping up. They've actually been playing really well. Garrett Williams and Sean Murphy-Bunting have played very solid, especially when your defense is on the field a lot like they were against Detroit. You just can't have that. And I think both of these teams struggle defensively, but you can't have a receiver dominate. But the guy that I think will end up dominating today, and you guys Commanders fans, you let me know if the streak of wide receivers continue. You let me know if Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be the guy that's going to end up giving you guys the work, because you guys can't guard receivers, and that boy Maserati Marv is a problem. He had a quiet 64 yards last game. He got into the end zone, 5 receptions, had a pretty solid outing, had a couple balls that he should have came down with. Like, he could have easily had 110 plus yards. There were just some jump balls he didn't come down with. Those are like routine plays for a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr., which I think as time goes on, he will be more comfortable. Things will start to align for him, and he'll feel a lot better. And this is a game against a bad defense that he could get going, and I think he's going to. Marvin Harrison Jr., this is my prediction. First one of the video. Marvin Harrison will have 85 plus receiving yards. He will get into the end zone. He will also have 6 plus receptions in this one. I am feeling very confident about this. Marvin Harrison is going to torch you guys all day long. And another prediction I'm going to throw out there is Kyler Murray. You're getting into the end zone twice. You're throwing 2 passing tutties. You're also throwing the ball for 215 plus yards. You're also going to have over a 70% completion percent. Like Kyler Murray, you're going to have your way as well. And something that I am pretty confident about is Jayden freaking Daniels, dude. I think he's going to have a very solid outing, but I do think he's going to throw a pick. I think Jayden Daniels is throwing his first interception of the season, and this is against a Cardinals secondary that is not fantastic. So if he doesn't, I'm not going to be surprised. This is my bold prediction of the day, though. Jayden Daniels turns it over, and that gives Arizona a huge momentum swing in a game where turnovers are going to be so crucial. And I think Jayden Daniels makes the first mistake of the game, and the Cardinals will capitalize. If I had to make a score prediction for this game, man, I am going to say that the Arizona Cardinals take it 28-10. Let me know how you guys are feeling about that. Commanders fans, you guys probably won't be happy with that. I know you guys have a dynamic offense. I remember against the Giants when you guys got into the red zone 7 times, or I don't remember what it was, but you guys had 7 field goals. You guys got into the red zone a ton of times, could not capitalize. We can't let you guys do that, and I don't think we will. I think we're going to stop you very early on. The game is in Arizona. The Cardinals have been wishy-washy with home games. Like a couple years ago, we couldn't win one, and we got one. So who knows? Like, we had a dominant game in week 2 against the Rams? So I'm hoping we have a dominant week 4 and we keep these even number games alive. We keep it in the blowout range. And the Cardinals, I'm not predicting a blowout, but I'll gladly take it. I didn't predict a blowout against the Rams, and look at what we did. This game could honestly go either way. This game means a lot for Arizona. If we fall to 1-3, the cause for concern is real. We need to get this win. We need to be 2-2, neck and neck with the Commanders. We got to drop them as well. An NFC that is kind of weak. You want to hold that tiebreaker over them, and you want to have the position into the playoffs, where the Seattle's 3-0 right now, and the 49ers are 1-2. You got to start climbing up before the 49ers do, because it's eventual. They're going to do that. So we have to get the one up on them. We want to do that, and we need to do it early while we can, because the Cardinals schedule in the back end is a lot easier than the front end. So we got to get the wins while we can. We dropped 2 tough ones, but I got faith in our guys. Let me know down in the comment section below how you guys are feeling about this matchup. Give me your score predictions. Give me your X factor for the game. I want to hear it. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up today's video, man. Consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content, so if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But like I said, man, that is all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.